Well, hello, I'm Alex, and today I want to share with you some of my creativity for life tips. In this series, we'll use coloring and art journaling to immerse ourselves in play. And as you play alongside me, I'll share with you some of my mindset tips. You see, I love mixing playful art making with powerful mindset ideas, and I think you'll love it too. Think of me as your personal trainer to get your creative mojo back on track. The way I see it, you can't have inner growth without creativity. One insightful moment of creative play can dissolve years of resistance, giving you newfound energy. The fun you have with your creative side spills over into all parts of your life, and igniting your creative spark, it gives you fresh eyes to try new things and make meaningful changes in your life. This is your creativity timeout, baby. Go ahead, check it out. Well, hello! We're back to another art journaling with mandalas video. This is the second video I'm doing, just to fill in any gaps about this process that may have been left out in the first video, and also because in the first video we doodled circular mandalas on the front of our art journal, and today we're going to do some paisley style doodle mandalas. So, first things first, this is a art journal accordion book format that you can make out of envelopes. Make sure to check the description because I list a video that you can watch. This is super easy to do. You just glue a few envelopes together and fold them. And it's a great portable format for playing with art journaling. And this particular one, I've combined doodling mandalas with making wishes, practicing, writing down the things we want, and letting go of the details, and just feeling grateful for that wish being fulfilled. So leaning into that feeling. That's what all this is about. And what you're going to need is your folded accordion book. So check out that video, make yourself one of these, or just use a journal that you have. But I really want you to do one of these because the fun thing about these is because they're made of envelopes, on the back side they have these secret pockets. By the time you're done doodling all over it, they really are secret pockets. And that's where we're going to put our secret wishes, okay? So I'd love for you to do one of these, and then you're going to need a pen or pencil, whatever you like to color with. You really only need one marker. Extra sheets of paper because we're making little worry notes, so we just take one sheet of paper and fold it and cut it or tear it into 8 little notes that you can then write your wishes on, fold, and stick in your pockets, right? So you might want some scissors for that. Okay, so let's get going here. How to doodle mandalas. So here's an example that's different from the last video was when I got started on this guy. I just wanted to show you one done in blue in a different style. Isn't that fun? So what we talked about was the idea that you can choose to do this any way you want. You could choose to just spend a few days, a few minutes a day doodling until you've got the whole front side covered, and then writing your wishes, or going just page by page. So maybe you do one page, you write one wish, you stick it in the back pocket, and then the next time you come back you do another page and another wish. It's up to you. the whole point is to reset yourself with by doodling mandalas, which is super calming. It helps you be in the present moment. It's really relaxing. It's great if you've had a stressful day. It'll reset you very quickly. So that's, on the one hand, the creative part of it, and the other part is the wishes. So let's start with the creative part. Let's talk about doing the mandalas in a paisley doodle style. And I've got my cheat sheet here, and in the video I have a slide with this kind of shapes on it. It's what I call an index of shapes for mandala doodling. So when you doodle mandalas, you're going around in circles usually, and you're just doodling between the lines. You're just repeating a shape over and over and over. And we're going to do the same thing here, except that the shape is a paisley. And we're going to do it in one color, but then of course you can come in, like I did here, and you can start adding a second color. Actually, this one has the circular mandalas on this side, and I went in with the second color and even with the third color. So the amount of time you spend doodling on these is really up to you. If you decide to color it all in, you might be using the same accordion book over and over because you just keep adding more colors. Or you can expand your accordion book by adding another envelope and another envelope and another envelope, because you're just doing it all in one color. It's really up to you. Okay, what does the paisley shape look like? Well, it just looks like a teardrop. So, you know, just like that. And make sure to go off the page too. So, just like I did with the circles, I like to start with a few circles in place, and here I'm starting with a few of these paisley shapes in place. But you could just work on one and expand it, and when you get tired of it, start another. It's kind of up to you. So as soon as you have one shape down, if it's a bigger shape, you could draw another one on the inside of that, and another one on the inside of that. So now we're getting the lines that we're doodling in between, right? So one of the most common ways to decorate a mandala is with scallop shapes. And they can be fat, skinny, long. You can even alternate. They can be so big that you can put arcs inside of them and they look like rainbows, right? But this is the basic shape. Another basic shape would be to do zigzags. The only difficulty, well, it's not a difficulty, but the only thing you might find weird with the paisley shape over a circular shape is what to do with the point here. What to do when you get to that point, because when you're going around in a circle, it's always the same, but when you get to the point, what do you do at the point? And it's really up to you. Here I had a smaller one. I'm going to go and make it bigger. So you can just keep growing your paisley shapes, just like you can keep growing your circular shapes. And just start adding some more elements. So let's see, I could add hearts. So because of that funky little point, I'm just going to start with a heart there and go around. It's easier if you turn, well, I'm just going to have to turn here. It's a lot easier if you turn your paper instead of trying to hold your hand in a weird angle. It's just sometimes for the sake of not getting out of camera view, I don't turn stuff. Anyway, I'm going around and around with the heart shape. Okay. I'm going to do another little one in here, and I'm going to do a flower and just have the petals push out all the way to fill the space. That's kind of fun to do too. And then you can always add stripes and dots, or dashes, or lines, like that. So you could imagine if I added a second color, I could sort of go in there and give it a little more dimension. But like I said, this is just playing with mandalas. Let's see, so I'm going to do what I mentioned before, like if you have really big scallop shapes, then you can actually go in and add arcs. And if you have space, you could even do 2 more arcs like that. So the repeating shape inside the shape, it doesn't need to be equal spacing. So for example, you could do a skinny one to put the dashes, which I like to do, stripes, or you could do a fat one. So here I'm going to do, what could I do? I'm going to do a zigzag that's alternating big and small. And here I'm going to do just some dots. And here I'm going to do, sort of use this point as the center and just go out like that. Okay. So I've already, like, if I wanted to do just a page for today, all I'd have to do is, why don't we do that? What would it take to fill just this much? And since I already started it, I'll probably go over. That wasn't the best, but let's see, I'll try to make up for it with the second round. So if you do something like that, it's okay. This isn't meant to be anything but a doodle session. And by the time you add your little embellishments, you might not even notice anymore. So these are like little leaf shapes. Instead of drawing circles, I'm drawing the shape that has a bit of a pointy end on each side. I kind of like that. Oh, do another one on the inside. So it's fun when it overlaps, and you just have to give one of your drawings, one of your doodles, priority over the other. Something's going to go underneath, something's going to go on top. And I could do like a long, skinny scallop. So I think you get the idea of how quickly you could fill just one page of your accordion book format journal, right? So what could I do in here? Sometimes instead of doing a dash, I don't let it touch. So it sort of looks more like little rays. It doesn't make it all the way across to the other line. Sort of like that. That can be fun. And of course you could always just fill a shape in with a solid color. I'm going to go in and do the dots again. Okay, so it wouldn't take too long to just do one of these pages of your accordion book. And let's talk about the wishes. So you take that extra sheet of paper and you fold it in half several times so that you end up with like 2 strips like this. So you would get 8 little slips of paper that when you cut them or tear them, they're this size. And here I have a stack of them. And you just start writing your wishes. So do you want to write a wish at the end of your session? Or do you want to keep track of your wishes but not actually write them until you write them all at one time? It's really up to you. I think it's fun to start thinking of your wishes right away. That's the whole idea. So if you're not going to be writing the wish notes right away, go ahead and keep track of them on a piece of paper because they're going to pop into your head. So the question you want to ask yourself is, what do I want? And what you're doing is practicing getting clear on your desires. You're getting clarity about the things you want. And go ahead and write them down. And on your piece of paper, and then fold your paper and then stick them back here. And tips in terms of writing wishes, think of them as positive affirmations. So you're saying I am, you're writing in the present tense, you're keeping it short, and you're starting with I am, I have. So if you want something like you've been looking at buying a new computer, then you could say I am happy about my new computer. My new computer is exactly what I wanted. So you could maybe write 2 sentences, or you could just say I'm excited about my new computer. That, I think, would be the way I would do it. I am excited about my new computer. And then I want you to really sort of give it a second to feel into your wish being fulfilled. How would you feel if you got your wish? If you knew it was guaranteed, right? So if I want a new computer, take a deep breath and just feel into, wow, that would be so great. Oh my God, it would be amazing, right? If I had that computer, I can just see it there. And then always put your wish in your little secret pocket, okay? I hope you had fun taking this tiny playwright with me. And I want you to remember that there's always a way to bring more creative play into your life. And as long as you can play, as long as you can stay curious and try new things, you're never ever stuck. You just need to give yourself permission to play. Okay, I've got lots more ideas for you here on my YouTube channel. So subscribe, stay tuned, and come and play with me. Come back and gift yourself a little make stuff feel good energy. Thank you so much for being here, and sparkle on.